If you opened your retirement statement this morning and felt your stomach drop, this video is for you. Picture this. It is a quiet Tuesday morning. Helen, age 66, is sitting at her kitchen table in Ohio with a cup of coffee and a yellow notepad. She just retired 3 months ago. For 31 years, she worked as a school administrator. She has a pension. She has a 401k. She has Social Security on the way. But last night, she watched a YouTube video about something called the 4% rule. And now she is terrified. The video told her she can only spend 4% of her savings each year, or she will run out of money before she turns 90. Helen did the math. 4% of her 401k is only about $14,000 a year. Add her pension and Social Security, and she suddenly feels like she has to live on rice and beans for the rest of her life. Helen calls her daughter in tears. She says, "I worked my whole life. I did everything right. And now I'm too scared to even buy a new pair of shoes." Here is the truth Helen does not know yet. The 4% rule was never designed for someone like her, not for someone with a pension. And following it blindly could cost her years of joy, travel, and time with her grandchildren that she will never get back. I am Milena, Senior Policy Analyst here at Silver Law and Money. For more than a decade, I have helped retirees just like you read between the lines of retirement rules that were never written for your situation. Today, I am going to show you exactly why the famous 4% rule does not apply to most pension holders, what the official sources at the IRS, the Social Security Administration, AARP, and Medicare actually say, and the 3 steps you must take this week to protect both your money and your peace of mind. Stay with me until the end, because I will also reveal a hidden trap inside the pension survivor option choice that has left thousands of widows and widowers with literally zero income. You do not want to miss it. 2. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is 67. He retired last year from a manufacturing plant in Michigan after 35 years on the job. He earned a defined benefit pension that pays him $3,200 a month for life. He also has $400,000 in his 401k, and he started Social Security at his full retirement age, bringing in another $2,400 a month. Robert read about the 4% rule in a magazine. He multiplied $400,000 by 4% and decided he could only pull $16,000 a year from his 401k. On top of that, he was terrified of running out, so he actually only withdrew $8,000 the first year. He skipped the family beach trip. He told his wife they could not visit their son in Arizona. He kept driving a 12-year-old car with a leaky transmission. Here is what Robert did not understand. His pension already covers most of his monthly bills. His Social Security adds another guaranteed layer. His 401k is the cushion, not the foundation. He had room to spend more, travel, and live. Instead, fear stole a year of his retirement that he can never get back. Now let me explain what the rule actually says in plain language, using only official and trusted sources. The 4% rule was created by a financial advisor named William Bengen in 1994. AARP confirms this on their retirement education pages. The rule says, in your first year of retirement, withdraw 4% of your investment portfolio. Then each year after, increase that dollar amount by inflation. It assumes a roughly 50-50 mix of stocks and bonds and a 30-year retirement horizon. That is it. It is a guideline, not a law, not an IRS rule, not a Social Security regulation. It is a rule of thumb, and a recent Morningstar study cited by AARP suggests even 3.7% may be safer in today's market. Here is the critical point. The 4% rule was designed for one specific situation: a retiree drawing income only from an investment portfolio, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, money that can run out. A pension is completely different. A defined benefit pension pays you a guaranteed monthly amount for life, no matter how long you live, no matter what the stock market does. According to Benefits.gov, most private pensions are insured by the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation, the PBGC, up to federal limits. In 2025, that maximum guarantee is roughly $7,131 a month for a single life annuity at age 65 and around $4,187 a month at age 60. So if you have a pension, you already have a built-in income floor. You do not need your investment portfolio to do all the heavy lifting. AARP specifically notes that retirees with pensions can often hold a higher stock allocation and withdraw at a higher rate because the pension covers their basic needs. Now let me walk you through the most dangerous traps I see seniors fall into. The first trap is applying the 4% rule to your total assets, including the present value of your pension. That double counts the pension and slashes your spending unnecessarily, just like Robert. The second trap is the lump sum temptation. Many companies offer pensioners a one-time cash buyout instead of monthly checks. AARP cites a MetLife study showing that 1 in 5 retirees who took a lump sum exhausted the money within 5.5 years. 35% feared running out. Once that money is gone, it is gone. The pension is not. The third trap is forgetting that most private pensions do not have a cost of living adjustment. At 3% inflation, your fixed pension loses about 45% of its purchasing power over 20 years. So while the pension is a floor, it is a slowly sinking floor. Your investment portfolio is what fights inflation. The fourth trap, and this is the hidden one I promised, is the survivor option. When you start a pension, ERISA federal law requires a default qualified joint and survivor annuity for married workers. That means if you die, your spouse keeps receiving a portion, usually 50% to 75%. But you can waive this option, often with your spouse's signed notarized consent, in exchange for a higher monthly check. Thousands of retirees take the higher check, then pass away unexpectedly, and the surviving spouse receives zero. Nothing. The pension dies with the worker. Please do not waive that survivor option without serious thought and a fiduciary advisor. The fifth trap is the tax surprise. Per IRS Publication 575 and Form 1099-R rules, your pension is fully taxable as ordinary income unless you made after-tax contributions. And per the SSA, your pension counts toward the combined income that decides how much of your Social Security is taxed. If you are single and your combined income is over $34,000, up to 85% of your Social Security becomes taxable. For married couples filing jointly, that threshold is $44,000. Pension income alone often pushes seniors past these levels. The sixth trap is Medicare ERISA. Your pension counts toward your modified adjusted gross income. In 2026, single filers above $109,000 and joint filers above $218,000 trigger higher Medicare Part B and Part D premiums. A pension can quietly push you into a surcharge bracket and add hundreds of dollars a month to your Medicare costs. The seventh trap is RMDs, required minimum distributions. Per IRS Publication 590B, if your pension is paid as a lifetime annuity, it automatically satisfies the RMD rule. But your IRAs and 401ks do not. Starting at age 73 under Secure Act 2.0, you must take RMDs from those accounts. Miss one and the penalty is 25% of the amount you should have withdrawn, reduced to 10% if corrected promptly. Now here are the legal protections you have. PBGC insurance protects your pension if your employer goes bankrupt. ERISA gives you the right to a summary plan description, Form 5500, and a personal benefit statement, all free of charge from your plan administrator. The IRS Simplified Method in Publication 575 helps you figure out the non-taxable portion of your pension. Form W4P lets you control federal tax withholding from each pension check. And Form SSA 44 lets you appeal a Medicare ERISA surcharge if you had a qualifying life-changing event like retirement, the death of a spouse, or divorce. The consequences of getting this wrong are real. Underspending out of fear, like Robert, steals years of joy you cannot get back. Overspending or mismanaging a lump sum can leave you broke in your late 70s. Choosing the wrong survivor option can leave your spouse with nothing. And missing tax planning can cost you thousands per year in unnecessary Social Security taxes and Medicare surcharges. So here are the 3 exact steps I want you to take this week. Step 1. Verify your pension status in writing. Contact your plan administrator and request a current benefit statement, the summary plan description, and confirmation of your survivor option. You have a federal right to these documents under ERISA. Keep paper copies in a fireproof folder. Step 2. Call the right office for the right question. For Social Security, that is 1-800-772-1213. For Medicare and RMAA, that is 1-800-MEDICARE, which is 1-800-633-4227. For free, unbiased pension and retirement counseling, contact your state health insurance assistance program through Medicare.gov or call the Elder Care Locator at 1-800-677-1166. Do not get your retirement plan from a stranger on the internet And do not get it from a salesperson who earns a commission on what you decide. Step 3. Build a written income map and keep copies. On one page, list every guaranteed income source: Social Security, pension, any annuity. Below that, list your investment accounts. Then write down your essential monthly expenses. If your guaranteed income covers your essentials, your investment portfolio is your freedom money, not your survival money. The 4% rule does not need to chain you. Save this page, update it every January. Share a copy with your spouse and one trusted adult child. Before I let you go, please hear me on this. YouTube notifications are not reliable. The platform changes its rules constantly, and I have heard from too many viewers who missed urgent updates because a notification never arrived. If a Social Security rule changes, if a Medicare deadline shifts, if Congress passes a new pension law, you cannot afford to find out 3 months late. So bookmark the official sources today: SSA.gov for Social Security, Medicare.gov for Medicare, IRS.gov for tax rules, Benefits.gov for PBGC and pension protections, AARP.org for trusted plain English summaries. Check them once a month. Write down questions. Bring those questions to a fee-only fiduciary advisor, not a salesperson. You worked decades for this pension. You earned every dollar of that Social Security check. You do not have to live in fear of a 1994 rule of thumb that was never written for your situation. The 4% rule is a tool, not a cage. With a pension, you have something most Americans do not: a guaranteed lifetime income floor. Use it, plan around it, and spend your retirement actually living. I am Milena, and this has been Silver Law and Money. Stay informed, stay protected, and I will see you in the next one.